Hello, dear friends. Well, here in Tennessee, it's overcast and chilly, and we had a whole lot of rain last night. But I went to breakfast with the ladies, and then ran to the dollar store to get a bag for Mr. Bill's birthday this month and a card. He'll be 83. And I also purchased, I think they were just $1 or $1.25, some containers for my spaghetti and brown sugar. And what else did I put in there? Oh, and rice. You know how it is with you pack your spaghetti, you open it up and then you have to tape the box closed. So it looks better. And I cleaned out my pantry again. Gee, I had to take everything out of it, clean the shelves off, and just get it all straightened out again. And every time you do that, you think, I'm not going to let it get that messed up again. But somehow you do. So, and I took a lot of appliance things out that I really don't use, but I don't want to get rid of them because I probably will use them in the future at times. So I just put those in the garage. So it just makes me feel so good every time I walk in there now, and it looks so neat and organized, and I can find things quickly. Okay, what have I been doing? What have you been doing? Well, the big thing we just recently have been doing is we changed from Consumer Cellular, who I've had for years, and I had Consumer Cellular before I met Mr. Bill, and then I got him on my plan. And I think we've been paying maybe $60-some a month. I believe that's what it was. Well, excuse me, got a hair in my eye. There, I got it. So we switched phone companies. This is what I'm going to get at. It's a nightmare. Tell me if you've had it happen. Have you ever switched phone companies for a better deal and you're like, oh my gosh, was this worth it? Well, it all started when he keeps watching like college football is what he likes to watch. He doesn't really watch the major leagues. He has a problem with them, I think, because they took a knee or something. but anyways, he likes college, especially Tennessee, when Tennessee plays on Saturdays. And so the closest thing we could do is we could find the game on our phone, do that. But then I would cast it to the TV. But you can't always do it for some reason. And it's always this hassle every Saturday trying to find a way of playing the game. And I said, oh, honey, just go ahead and upgrade, the Xfinity. And that way you'll have it. And then when it's over, ask him if you can just cancel it when game season's over. Well, he did ask them that, and they said, yes, there's no contract. You can cancel it when it's over. Because they had a deal going for 10 months for free. Now, he was the one talking to them, so I'm not exactly sure how this deal goes, but something about each one of us getting $30 a month. I don't know if we're able to use that toward the upgrade or on movies or what. I got to look into it more, but we signed up for it. But nonetheless, yeah, that was for the phone. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was for the phone. We signed up we upgraded the television, our Wi-Fi's and the streaming so we can get the game. But then they talked us into the phone, the 10 months free. Okay, did I say that? I don't know. But anyways, you know how that goes. We're both on the plan. So my phone, they had trouble with it, but finally they did get it, and they gave me an eSIM. You know how you have the little SIMS card in your phone? I don't even know if I have a SIMS card. I'm sure I do, or it couldn't be working. But they sent me an eSIMs, and my phone was up and running. All right. But Mr. Bill's phone, he could not receive a phone call or call out. Oh, my goodness. So that's how it all started. It was, and he kept track of it, 10 hours in a 3-day period. For a while, I was doing it just by texting back and forth. And then finally, we're like, hey, we got to get somebody to talk to. Well, even with that, they would talk with you so long and work, and they changed everything in your phone. Oh my goodness. And nothing would work. And then finally, the following day, I go, you do it for a while. And I wanted to go out and sketch out my painting, but I was listening, and whenever he needed help, I'd go in there. So it ended up, you had to get a new, refresh your program. How is that? But the last man, we talked to several different agents. I think it was a total of 6 between him and I, they would talk to you, and they'd go so far, and they would just, the line or the conversation would just drop. They were gone. Then you had to call there again and start this whole process over again. It just took so much patience. I tell you, I've learned a lot about our phones. Been inside, done everything in there. So finally, update, yeah. They wanted to update a phone, which they did, and then that didn't work. And then finally, the last guy named Jimmy said, we need to update the phone. There's another update you have to do. He says, that's the problem. And he was right. It was a second update. And now today he was saying, somebody got messages like somebody's calling didn't get through, so I hope everything's still okay, because it was okay last night. Oh, well. And I had just talked to some friends of mine at church, Sue and Bill, and they had, with Xfinity, had switched over to Xfinity and got rid of their cable. And I don't know what their whole story was, but she said they were without a phone for 3 days. With all the stuff they've got now, why is that so hard? I just would think that system would be better, because, for our ages, Bill and I are pretty good about doing this stuff, but a lot of people are not. What do they do if they don't have somebody young? And even if they do have somebody young, it takes so long, and we were able to do everything, but it just was so frustrating. So let me know if you have that. So, okay, we'll get off of that. Okay. So what else did we do? Oh, we went to had a steak dinner. We were invited out for a steak dinner to Melissa and James' house in Tennessee. When you go to their house, we rode with another couple that was invited, and we're so glad they drove, because going home at night, it just seems like you're going uphill, downhill, turn right, turn left, uphill, downhill, oh my goodness. I really would never drive that by myself. But we had a very enjoyable time, and the dinner was delicious. They had rosemary potatoes. They did a great job on that. And grilled vegetables and apple pie and ice cream, biscuits, big old platter full of steaks, just done perfectly. So, yes, it was enjoyable because we didn't have to drive, too. I like that. Let's see, what else? Oh, I cleaned out the pantry, did that. Oh, something I'm thinking about doing, you guys. Have any of you ever, I'm sure there's a lot of you, lived in one place and had like a townhouse or something you would buy back home so that you have a place to land? Guess what I'm thinking about doing? I don't know if we can do it, if we can swing it financially or not. But I'm from Indiana, and when I want to go back, and if I want to visit my daughter, or like now there's a wedding coming up, if I just, go back for anything, I hate to now. And Marlene, hello Marlene, she's so wonderful. She let us stay there. But I hate doing that, being in on people, you know? I would, and besides that, my sister, she lives in Florida, and they have family, of course, in Indiana. It would be nice if they had a place to stay. So we're thinking about looking for a townhome in Indiana, just like a 2-bedroom, 2-bath townhome. Doesn't have to be very big, maybe 1,200 square feet. So there was a lady who I just love, Christine, who she's a realtor that sold my home in Indiana. And we're working with her, and she's sending listings. So if you do that, what do you think about it? And it would be an investment. And then I thought too, if Mr. Bill goes for, here I am again thinking about this stuff, but if Mr. Bill goes first, I don't know that I would stay here in Indiana. I think I do have a home church there and friends. I'd like to go. That way I'd already have a place to go to. I don't know. Here I go again, right? But if you have 2 places, what do you think about it? All right, we did the Xfinity thing. Oh, yes. And then I'm going to show you a little video. I'll do it right now where I repotted my plants and everything in my little grow light thing I have where I started plants. You know, it's good. I'll tell you what it's really good for, the little grow light thing. I'll put a link for it. You start your plants, they're actually in water with the light. It's good for starting plants, like if you're going to do flowers or you're going to do herbs. See, I like to do the herbs. But, you know, some of them get really tall and they get big. You can't keep them in there. So I repotted all of those, so I'll show you that. But what you can grow, and I'm finding, because now I've had a little more experience with it, is lettuce, different kinds of lettuce. You can plant all kinds of different lettuce, and probably spinach too. My spinach seeds did not germinate. I don't know why, but the lettuce did. And last year when I did the lettuce, it was really good too. And you can keep it in there. And you don't have to take it out, but just keep cutting it off. And just put it in a zip bag and put it in the refrigerator. So I like it for that. So that's my opinion about it. So I'll let you see it now. I'm doing a little update on my garden that I started indoors. This is the basil from last year, and I trim on this all the time, and I'm ready to be trimming again, because you don't want basil to go to flower. You know, a little God thing. I got these little markers, if you can see in the sun, where the sun is. The markers free. Just so happen to have them, so it works out perfect to put into my little plants here. But okay, this is parsley. There's a small one in here, and that's one I started from seed. The other is one I got from the grocery store. They marked them down. I brought it home, and I potted them in terracotta pots and put a little dish underneath them. This is dill. It's just been potted. I'm hoping it kind of straightens up and looks a little perkier. You know how it is when you first pot them. But that was started from seed. Savory, I just potted that. That's started from seed. Rosemary I purchased that little plant from the grocery store marked down. And I've just got some house plants down here that I put there. They don't need a lot of heavy light. Thyme, I have down here, I started from seed. And the lettuce, the romaine and the red leaf or whatever it is. And there's one I started, the little tiny one, just started that. It's called sandy lettuce, after me. But see, it's all been cut because I've cut off of it twice. And then you just put it in little zip bags. Sorry about the dog barking. So now this is pretty much emptied out, except that I've started some more romaine in this one. and I think it's just starting to sprout. And this is dill, and the dill, when it grows up, seems like it wants to fall over. I'm waiting to make sure it gets a good root system, and I'll put it in with the other one. These were two, Millie, no. These were two shelves that I had outside on the deck. And I brought them in the house. This one too. I thought, well, this would be good. I'll put them by the window here. So yes, I turned my house into, it's an art studio and growing plants, always doing something, my goodness. This is one I just kind of threw this one together. It was an old canvas that was out there and I was just playing around. And I painted the sides black. So it's kind of sitting there drying. Give it a little closer look. These impressionistic roses. And now I'm starting a horse painting. I got over here. As you can see, I was having trouble with the legs. But yeah, I got it now. So I think it's going to be very impressionistic, this horse, all the colors and things. So you see all the mess here. This is where I'm painting. Stuff all over. But that's how it is when you're painting. So I went out to breakfast with the ladies. And Mr. Bill went to the recycle, so I'm going to do some painting. Gonna start working on my horse, and I'll let you see it when I'm done. The first fire of the season in our fireplace. It was it's chilly and kind of damp today. It won't be long. I'll be taking down everything. That's some old paintings of mine. But actually that was not an original. I saw it somewhere on the internet and painted it years ago. And this one was an original, the pumpkins. Okay, I'll show you what I did with Mr. Bill's painting. I hung the painting that I did of Mr. Bill here in the vestibule, but I don't have that much light here. So I purchased this little overhead light, and it's run by a battery, and it has a little control on it, so you can shut it off or on. And it also has, I don't have my glasses on, but it has a timer and different shades of lighting for it, and bright and dim. But I thought that was kind of nice. I'll put a link for that in case you have some kind of painting that is in a dark area. But I mean, I know this is not like a lifelike painting. This is impressionistic painting. It's just kind of fun. All right, and I have a scripture for you too. And also, I'll show a picture of my nice, clean, organized pantry. All right, our scripture today is in Psalms 34:17. The righteous, now you are righteous if you have asked the Lord into your heart and you are considered being born again. If you believe that Jesus is the Son of God, he died for your sins, and you are righteous before him now. You are a child of God. So when they're saying the righteous, that's you. I'm not saying you're perfect, we can't be, but in God's eyes, we're righteous. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth. Isn't it good to know that he does hear us when we cry out to him? And delivereth them out of all their troubles. He delivers us out of all our troubles. Psalms 34:17. And you realize here too that we do have troubles. You can be a Christian, you're still going to have troubles because this isn't heaven yet. But he will deliver us out of all of them. So just have faith in that. I've seen God come through just even the very smallest things, tiniest little things. He cares about us. You know, it's just when you love somebody, even like with your children and stuff, you care about every little thing. Or your husband, you want him to be comfortable and you care. You care if he's upset about something, don't you? I mean, you're loved when you care. They're upset about something and you're upset. Well, it's how God feels about us. So, God bless you. God deliver you from all your troubles. Okay, bye-bye for now. And as promised, here's my organized pantry. I know where everything is at now. And those are Millie's dog bones up there. On this side, I put all the things I would use for baking and put the flour. One's bread flour and one is regular flour. And then I have self-rising lilies, of course. And there's one of the little containers. And have powdered sugar and I have regular sugar. My rolling pins. My flour sifter and mixer. And these are spices. I can't get into my drawers because I have so many from my other house in Crown Point. And all my array of appliances down here that I do use. And I took the ones I'm not using a lot and I put them in the garage. Here's some more down here. Yeah, I love gadgets. I really do. I just keep my garlic in a little basket here, and this Millie's pills. And then all the like taco mixes and stuff. I stick those in like a shoebox size container. And my soups here. Oh, cereal. And oatmeal, syrup, crumbs for breadcrumbs and things like that, peanut butter, and whatever mixes I have.